Hello, everyone. It's your coach, Gabe Mendez. Today, we are at the Winner's Circle Wednesday. It is November 1st. It is the first day of the month. Wake up, wake up. So excited to be here with you guys. If you're too young, that's Bone Thugs and Harmony. If you're not young enough, hey, you know what I'm talking about. All right. So today's exciting phone call because we're going to be discussing mindsets. Mindset. In order for you to have something, you must be able to willing to do something. But in order for you to do something, it must be who you are. And in order for you to be who you are, you must be feeling something. In order to have that feeling, you must think about it. In order to think about it, there's a whole process behind it. You must believe it. So everything starts with the mind. And I posted the other day that the body will, as long as we can control the mind, the body will follow. Control the mind, the body will follow. Gabe, I'm not motivated. Control the mind. Gabe, I don't want to go door knocking. Control the mind. Gabe, I don't want to make my phone calls. Control the mind. I always ask people, where's your headspace? Where's your mind at? Is your mind right here, right now? Oh, Gabe, I like having 1 day off and 3 days on, 3 days off, 1 day on. Where's your mind at? How big is your why? How big is the goal? Where's this at right here? You control these 6 inches right there, and then we'll go ahead and be able to shift the rest of your reality, no problem. The reason that you don't physically have what you want to have in your hand, the amount of money, the reason you haven't been able to go on the vacations you want to go to, the reason you haven't been able to contribute to church and to your nonprofit organizations, the reason you haven't been able to help your family, mom, dad, grandmother, whoever raised you, the people that you want to pay back, all starts with here. And today we're going to make a couple of adjustments. Hey, boy, I'm on a call right now, man. Can you be quiet? Thank you. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I have a 5-year-old. I kept him home from school. He wasn't feeling that well. So you guys might hear a little in the background. But let's be quiet, okay? Thank you. It all starts in the mind. I'm going to make that adjustment and that shift today. All right. Thank you guys for turning all the cameras on. I love that. Okay, let's get started with some affirmations. We're going to dive right into it. I got 3 heavy topics we're going to discuss, and I want you to open up and ask questions as they come in. I don't care if it's cheesy. I don't care if it's a cornball thing. I don't care if you feel weird. I don't care if you feel like you don't need it. None of that stuff matters, because if you can't believe in you and talk you up, there's no one else out in the world that will more than you should. So open the mics, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get these affirmations going, and let's get this Winner's Circle Wednesday training started. Here we go. I'm going to say the affirmation. We're just going to say 5 of them, and you're going to repeat after me. You're going to be energetic. You're going to be excited. You're going to be the energy that you want to attract. You're going to be the $1 million energy. You're going to be the big dog. You're going to be the top producer. Top producers aren't slow. Top producers aren't quiet. Top producers don't have low frequency. Top producers are moving and shaking. Top producers who earn a lot of income are moved. Look at all these high energy people that earn a lot of income. It's because they attract from who they are. And we're going to start by speaking life into you. So here we go. Mics open. I see a lot of red mics. We're not doing this until those mics start to open up. Of course, let's go. Of course, the Queen Lily was first. Liliana Matos, always.
What up?
My example.
Let's go.
There we go. Let's go. All right. You guys are hyping me up here, man. I don't know how to act right now.
Come on now, level 10. Let's
go. Come on, baby. We on level 10. Okay, here we go. You guys, I'm going to say it first. You guys repeat after me. High energy, high emotion. But the most important thing is this. You can't just say the word. You have to believe it. That's called an incantation. Tony Robbins discusses that. Affirmations are just words. Incantations are the belief about yourself. And we're going to say some incantations today, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I am a top producer.
I am a top producer.
I am healthy and fit.
And healthy and fit.
I am educated and talented.
I am educated and talented.
I am a closer.
I am a closer.
Best.
I am blessed.
I said best.
I am blessed.
Let's go, you guys. Round of applause for yourselves. Let's get it rapping. Get the energy up. I love the smiles. Come on, baby. Go. All right. Check this out. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen. I want you guys to watch this. Keep everyone's mics muted, please, for a quick second. I'm going to show you something that I'm going to explain what you're looking at afterwards. And I want you guys to let me know just by a thumbs up or a head nod if you can hear this when I start playing it.
The first experiment for the cymatics music video is called a claddy plate.
Yeah, we can't really hear it that well, Gabe.
It was glitching. All right, let me try it one more time. I saw a couple of messages. You guys said some of you couldn't. Let me try that one more time. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me try to turn the volume up on all my platforms so that you guys can hear it. Here we go. One more time.
The first
We could barely hear it. It's because you have your microphone on, bro. That's why. So your microphone is tuning out everything else, I think.
Okay. But I got some thumbs up for some people, so some people could hear it. Here's my point. What you guys are looking at is not this video specifically, but what this video represents is this is one of many experiments that have been done where you take a box full of sand and you play music next to it, and the sound waves from the box begin to manipulate the shape of the sand. I want you guys to stay with me for a second, okay? We're talking about your mindset. The only way that we're ever going to shift anything that you want in this life is by shifting the way that you think and the way that you believe. Sound waves. Can you guys see them? Not at all, right? But we can feel them. And the sound waves on this experiment here that have been done plenty of times show us that when a certain sound is played, the physical earth around that sound begins to change shapes. I'm going to show you something else. Continue watching your screen.
experiment.
Well, we blew up a lot of speakers with the calamity played. So
are you guys seeing the sand change shape?
What different patterns would be created?
Look at the patterns. Look at the patterns that are being created.
What we were really testing was what frequencies create the most interesting repeatable pattern form.
And for most frequencies, it doesn't really do much. But when it hits a frequency that resonates with the plate, it forms a really nice pure shape. So we found out what those tones were, and those were the tones we used to draw.
What you guys ought to bring your attention and your awareness to the room right now. Listen again what I'm getting ready to tell you. They are able to change the physical shape of sand by playing sound waves into it. Let's look at this. My point to you before I move on is this: that your physical world that you know, your body, buildings, cars, your mind, your heart, all are being physically impacted by the sounds that you can't see, whether you believe it or not. Physiologically speaking, your body's being manipulated by the world around you. I'll paint a better picture for you. Instead of the speaker box hitting a box of sand or a plate of sand and that sand changing, I want you to think of this way. Replace the speaker box where the sound is coming out of with your mouth. Your mouth is the speaker box. The plate or the box of sand, the box is the world. And the sand is everything within it. I don't think most of you are picking up what I'm putting down right now. I see Anita blowing, her mind's blown right now. She's like, damn, can't believe this. I see her mind. I'm looking at all your expressions. I don't know if you guys are all truly picking up what I'm putting down. We just watched an experiment that proves that sound waves affect physical reality. You can't see the sound waves. You can't touch the sound waves, but they exist, and they're physically manipulating the physical reality around it. Every single time that the frequency of the sound was changed, the physical formation of the sand changed shape just by the sound wave. And I want you to think about now, what about your world? If the sound, if the speaker box is your mouth, where the sound comes out of, and the plate is the world, and the sand on the plate is everything inside of the world, what do you think is happening every single time you open your mouth? You are literally transforming your physical world around you every single time you speak. It doesn't matter what frequency it's at, because we just saw proof that low frequency, high frequency, mid frequency, all frequencies are physically going to manipulate the shape of the reality around you. So a lot of you that are out there right now, you're wondering, like, why can't I get my butt up? I'm so dumb. I'm so lazy. I'm so this. I'm so that. I don't want to do affirmations. I don't want to have sound waves coming out of my mouth, out of my speaker box about positive, healthy, impactful things about myself because I'm too cool for school. I just think it's dumb. I don't want to do it. I'm lazy. I'm dumb. I'm tired. I'm just not good enough. All these things that we say are physically manipulating the world around us. The way that we speak to our children. Come on, somebody. What you say about your spouse. What you say about real estate. What you say about your team leader and your team. Everything that you speak in this world is physically manipulating the world around you. All the top performers, all the high energy, high income earners, they know these laws about the universe. But guess what? They're just using them differently than you are. See, you're using them in a way that you either don't believe it or it's hocus pocus to you. Doesn't really matter. My life is what it is. But did you know that every single word that you speak into physical existence that comes out of your speaker box is physically manipulating the world around you? This is why it's so important to say your affirmations. Look at, I don't know if you guys are believers in here or not, have a higher power, have a higher faith. I'm Christian, non-denominational. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. That's my belief. And the Bible says this. The Bible says that God, the creator of everything, he didn't sit there and start molding the world together. He didn't get it in his hands. It didn't say that he thought about it and it happened. Could someone tell me what the Bible says? How did he create the heavens and the earth?
He spoke it into existence.
Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. We're awake this morning.
Yahweh.
It said he spoke the heavens and the world into existence. Look at me. I want everyone to focus on what I'm telling you right now. When the world and God, world, secular and biblical, world, God, those couldn't be more opposite. What the world and secular beliefs are completely different from biblical and God beliefs. When those two things agree with one another, if I were you, I would pay attention. When the physical world, science, says, hey, sound waves can manipulate physical form. Did you guys know that? I don't know if you guys ever watched that video on TikTok of that guy with a horn. And he's blowing into that horn and it's rumbling and he's able to lift paper off the ground. Has anyone watched that video? No one's watched that video? Look up that video. This guy has his big horn and he's pointing it at the floor and he's blowing into it and it produces this heavy sound. And with that heavy sound, he's able to lift pieces of paper off the ground. This is actually one of the theories about how they built the pyramids back in the day. They used to say that one of the theories is that hundreds of millions of people united together and they all started singing hymns at the same frequency. And they were able to lift these heavy objects off of the ground. Now, how many people would have to be on the same frequency and same wavelength to do that? That's a lot of people, but it's proven it can happen. You can lift objects just by sound alone. You can manipulate objects just by sound alone. So when science, the world says, yeah, you can do this, and the Bible says this is how God did it, and they both agree, I would pay attention. I would probably start changing the way that I speak. I would probably start changing the way that I talk to people. More importantly, I would probably start changing the way that I speak to myself. I would probably start changing the way that I speak about my circumstances. I would probably change my language from this is happening to me to it's happening for me. I would probably choose more empowering language patterns. Things like, I love this obstacle. I'm getting better because of it. Versus, oh, here we go, another problem. Because you are literally changing the physical world around you. I would probably go from, man, I'm feeling sick today to my body's recovering and it's healthy. I would probably go from, man, I don't understand this to my brain is rewiring to learn how to do this. I would start changing my language patterns so I can manipulate the physical world around me. You can literally, just by the words that you speak, could create your reality around you, your physical reality. And this isn't hocus pocus. I just showed you guys a live example, science, that shows you that sounds can physically manipulate physical matter in this world. Check this out. Can you guys see this chart on your screen? Some thumbs up. Thank you, Amanda. Amanda, you're sharp. You're in the car going, girl, and you're still the first to respond. Come on, teams. I need you to step up. I need you to go faster than that. You got this lady in the car. She's about it too. If you guys want to follow Amanda on Instagram, that girl's about it. Go check her out. She's a real deal. Look at this chart. And if you look right here, so light is measured in nanometers. And right here is the visible light. This is what we get to see. Has anyone heard of X-rays, like when you go to the doctor? X-rays, yes. Can I see everyone's head? Yes, yes, yes. Cool. Have you guys all heard of gamma rays that come from the sun, infrared rays, radars? This is how they do like the radar detection, TV, shortwaves, AM, FM radios. The reason that you're able to get all of that is for one reason. It's the light spectrum. So ultraviolet rays, this is why you have things like SPF, X-rays, this is how you do your X. I think that's also how they do, I think, is that the same as microwaves? I'm not really sure. I think microwaves are X-rays or shortwaves. I don't remember which ones those are. But think about the word itself, microwave. When you go to the doctor, you get an X-ray. When you stand in front of the sun, you get gamma rays. When you listen to FM and AM radio, you have FM waves, AM waves. Can you see X-rays? Can you see microwaves when your food's being cooked? Can you see gamma rays that are coming from the sun? Can you see radar waves? Come on, people. Let me see your heads. Nod with me. Thumbs down. My point to you is this. There's a whole entire universe, world that exists out of your physical vision. There's an entire universe that exists outside of your physical vision. It's not just what you can see that exists in front of you. There's things that are happening that you can't even see that are taking place on a daily. And if you look at that chart that I just showed you, you can probably only see a tenth of the reality of your world. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to what I'm telling you right now. I am giving you the sauce to change your physical world. I am giving you the answer on how to change the way that you believe and the way that you think so that you can have what you want to have, do what you want to do, and help who you want to help. There's a very small part of reality that you physically get to see with your eyes. 90% of existence you never get to see. But that doesn't mean it's not happening. Last point I'll give you is this. By the way, is this blowing anyone's mind? Is anyone all here? Are you guys falling asleep? I need to know. If you're falling asleep, I could just, give you guys a nighttime pill and a blanket. For everyone who's awake with me right now, are you guys getting something out of this?
This is powerful. Like, I love this stuff. Like, mindset is everything. And to change your life, you have to change your mindset. And you have to have an attitude of gratitude, always.
Of course, it's Amanda first. Wouldn't expect anyone else. You go, Amanda. All right. Look at this. Look at this. Ready? Everyone look at your screen. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. This is the sound chart. This is the sound chart, ladies and gentlemen. These are the hertz at which different animals in the world can hear. And humans, where are we? Somewhere along here. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are on the chart. We're this purple line right there. This is where the human ear can hear. But look at everything to the left that you can't hear. Dogs can hear some. Have you guys ever heard of a dog whistle? Yeah. How many of you can hear the whistle when you blow the dog whistle? Okay, good. I was gonna be a little scared if you said, yeah, I can hear it all the time. Like, whoa, bro. What do you mix with? Just kidding. Look at the purple line again. Look at the right side of the chart. Look at all of the different sound frequencies that you are unable to hear with your natural ear. Look to the right, look to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, there is an entire world, auditorily speaking, that exists around you that you can never hear. What's my point today? My point today is that your physical life as you know it, what you speak, what you see, and what you hear, you're living in about 10% of the actual reality of life. We know x-rays exist. Duh. We know dog whistles exist. Duh. Only dogs can hear them because their ears are wired differently. We know that sound affects physical form. We know that already. So literally, you can't see 90% of the world. You can't hear 90% of the world. And everything that you do with your mouth physically impacts the world around you. We are living in literally 10% of our true reality of what's out there. You want to know how to shift everything in your life? You want to know how to start attracting things into your life? Shift the way that you think. Shift what you see. Shift what you hear. It's mind-blowing to me that most of us here on this call have password protections on our phone. We have protections on our laptop. We lock our vehicles every time we get out of our car. We lock our home every time we leave. We have password protections and spyware and firmware and all these different type of things to protect everything in this world. But the number one thing that we don't protect as a human species are the 6 inches in between these ears. The most important phone, the most important computer, the most important files that you will ever have in this world, in this existence, are the 6 inches in between your ears. It's what's in this cranium of yours. It's the most important thing that you must protect. But you know what most of us do? We're like, oh, give me the cheese med. Let me hear the cheese med that you have. Oh my gosh, did you hear what happened to such and such? And you begin speaking all that stuff. And then guess what you do with your eyes? You only focus on the things that you don't like. So guess what happens to the world around you? The world says, like God did, spoke the world into existence. Guess what happens? You begin to magnetize and attract 90% of your reality in your world because you're not controlling the way that you're thinking, what you're listening to, and how you're speaking. And all of those things ultimately affect the way that you feel. And how many of us, when we dress up, we get our hair done, our makeup done, ladies, fellas, when we hit the gym, we eat well, we had a nice little suit on. How many of us actually start to feel good? And then when we feel good, we want to be out and about. We want to be on camera. We want to be talking to people. We want to be out there. But what about the days that you don't feel good? You don't feel the best. Then you want to curl up and you're not out and about. Because the way that you feel determines what you do. And your habits and what you do determine your reality. And that reality ultimately determines what you have. So all of us out there, we're listening to trap music and hood rap music and shake that and Maya this and all that kind of stuff, rather than listening to stuff that talks to you and empowers you every single day, that you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're possible, you can. Instead of listening to objection handlers and listing presentations on how to become a better professional, we're out there listening to, yeah, girl, get it, yeah, shake that. Blah, 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 blah. Filth, all these different sound waves that ultimately impact the way that we think. And then we're looking at the world differently. All we see is negativity. All we see is problems. That most of you can't get off of what's happening in the Far East, politically and with the war and everything that's happening like that. And all that is affecting the way that you feel in your heart and in your mind. Listen, I'm not saying to be oblivious to it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying don't pay your prayers and your respect. But outside of that, stop it. Stop it. Stop watching the nonsense on TikTok. Stop watching the things that are happening over there. Stop watching the news. Stop scrolling on social media and watching with your physical eyes what other real estate agents are doing. Oh, their team looks happier. That guy's always producing. And all you're doing with your physical ears and your physical eyes is you're attracting this stuff into your mind. And then what do? You think about it or you speak about it. And let me tell you something that Leo said the other day, and this is also science. Your brain cannot differentiate the difference between reality and things that are made up. Your brain cannot tell the difference. I'll prove it to you. How many of you here have watched the movie The Secret? By show of hands, or drop it down in the chat below. Secret, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Drop it into the chat. It's only 6 people out of 51. Okay. I need everyone to stop what they're doing today, and I need you guys to go all watch the movie called The Secret. Watch the movie The Secret today. There is a study that they performed at a university where they took an Olympic athlete. Listen to what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. They did a study at a university where they took an Olympic athlete, sat him down in a chair, and they connected a bunch of like neurotransmitters, whatever you call them, where they connect them to the brain. And they told the Olympic athlete this. They said, Olympic sprinter, they said, we want you to run the exact same race that you ran when you won the gold medal, except we want you to run it in your mind. And they connected a bunch of these devices to his brain to read the brain wavelengths. And do you know what they found out? After they told him, walk up to the line the way that you did, breathe the way that you were breathing, think what you were thinking. And then I want you to listen to the crowd, listen to the gun as it goes off. And then as soon as they say go and you start sprinting, I want you to think about every physical part of your body that you were moving. Do you guys want to know what they found after they connected his mind to that? Watch the movie, you'll see it yourself, but I'm going to give you the spoiler alert right now. In that movie, scientifically, not hocus pocus, when they connected that man's brain and told him to run the same race that he did in the Olympics to win the gold medal, they found that every single part of his body, every muscle in the same exact sequence that he ran the race was firing off in that exact moment. The mind was controlling the body and the body was physically doing nothing. He wasn't running the race, but would you know it, that his physical body was being fired off in the same sequence that it was firing off when he was actually running the physical race. That means the mind has the power to create a physical reality around you. That as a man thinketh, so he should be. What's the Bible verse? Does anyone know what that verse is in the Bible? There's another thing that spoiler alert. There's something else that go ahead.
If you knock it, it will open for you. If you knock it, it will open for you.
Yeah, if you knock on a door, you should knock or seek or ask. But what's the one about so a man thinketh he should be? Something like that. Does anyone know what that verse is? I don't want to butcher that. Maybe you guys can Google it for me and jump on. There's a verse in the Bible that says, so a man thinketh he should be, or something like that. If you guys can look that up, please pull it up for me. But listen to this. Spoiler alert. Science has proven that what you think physically manipulates the way that your body is. Physically. You don't even have to move your body. And as long as your mind believes it, your body can happen. In the Bible, it says, did anyone find it yet? No, 3, 2, 1, no one found it. Okay, the phrase comes from King James. Hold up. James, put it up. Let's see.
Found it.
Yes, there we go. Thank you, JamesFestini.com. It says, King James Bible translation of Proverbs 23 says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So as he thinketh in his heart, he will be. His physical being will become. You want to know the fastest way to get sick? Tell yourself you're sick and think you're sick. You want to know the fastest way to heal? Tell yourself you're healed and you're doing well, and your body will magically heal itself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you the sauce to life. Science has proven that when you think a certain way, your body will react. And the Bible, the two things that never agree on anything, says the exact same thing. So he thinketh, so he shall be. If you do it, you will be in the physical world. Those both agree on something. Finally, we're finding connections between science and spiritual that make sense. So is it a surprise that there's people winning at a high level? Absolutely not. It's called the law of attraction, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to help you shift your mindset. Stop thinking of things a certain way. Stop thinking that life happens to be this way. It's not how it is. It's only that way because you think it is. Your world is only crap around you because you say it is. The world is only horrible because that's all you hear and all you're seeing. But if you change the way you think, you change the way you see, you change what you listen to, you change who you are, you change your habits, you change what you get, and at the end of the day, you're a much better person because of it. I'm out.
Let's go. Let's go, Gabe.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Y'all don't hear me, man. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me right now. Come on. Science and biblical have proven all those things, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to take that away today. So what action steps can you do? I'm not going to just tell you the science. I'm not going to just tell you biblically how things happen, which I did. I'm going to tell you tangible action steps today that will immediately begin changing your reality of your world. You ready? Okay, here we go. The first thing we're going to talk about, the do nots. Do not talk to the people. Do not hang out with the people who put you in a bad, negative state, anxious state, depressive state, people who do not add anything to your life. If there's a relationship, a conversation that takes away from your life, remove it from your life. And I didn't say call your mom up right now and say, Mom, Gabe said I can't talk to you no more. You're negative. You're always gossiping and watching this novella. I didn't say that. Leave Nana alone. Leave your mom alone. It's fine. I'm just saying filter how long you talk to them and be very wary of it. Remove that from your conversation. Music. If there's music that you listen to that takes you back to your trapping days and your hood rat days, cut that out. Cut that out. Don't be listening to any music that disempowers you. Listen to things that put you in a good mood and a good state. Physically, don't go to locations anymore. Food. Oh, this is a big one. This is a big, big one. You guys aren't ready for this one. Food. Watch what you're eating. What you're eating will physically deteriorate or empower your body from the inside. No more processed foods. Stop the in and out. Stop the fast food stuff. That's lowering your vibration. It's lowering your energy level. Let's talk about what the things you should do. Do say affirmations every single morning. Every morning, affirmations. Number 2, every single morning, journal. Write it down. Number 3, every single morning, I want all of you to practice visualization. We just talked about it. The study shows us that if the mind thinketh, so he will become. I want you to visualize every single morning. Number 4, I don't care if you're not a believer. I want you to pray. Just pray to a higher being. Just pray optimistically, happily, something like that. Every morning, I want you to pray. Number 5, here's what I want you to do every single morning. Breath work. Breath work. I want you guys to do 3 rounds of 10 of this breath work that I'm getting ready to show you right now. If you really want to radically change your life, listen to me. If you don't, that's okay. Stay where you're at. Here we go. Pay attention. That's what I want you to do with your breath work every single morning. 3 rounds of 10. And I learned this 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, on a trip to Mexico, thanks to my boy Leo. I sat down with his shaman or this breathwork master. I don't know what he is, but he's like, let me teach you some breath work. It's going to change the way that you live, the way that you breathe, the way that you act. It's going to automatically release all these endorphins in your body. You're going to be on a natural high. Have you guys ever heard of the saying that says, don't get high off your own supply? Well, this is the time that you want to get higher on your own supply of oxygen. This is how you do it. Oh, and by the way, you don't believe me? There's a very famous biologist by the name of Gary Brecka who's done studies and research on this. And what I'm getting ready to tell you, it's backed up by studies. So pay attention to the breath work I want you guys to do. 3 rounds of 10. This is what you're going to do. You're going to breathe through your nose, a deep belly breath. You notice my chest didn't move, my shoulders didn't move. I'll show you again. Pay attention. Look at this. You're going to breathe in your belly. And then part 2, you're going to breathe in your chest. And I'm talking obnoxious breaths, not just little cute breaths like, and you look around like, hee hee hee. Is someone looking at me? I'm not talking little cute breaths. I'm talking powerful, obnoxious breaths, like, and you blow it out. That's 1. That's 2. You go all the way to 10, and then you hold your breath for 30 to 60 seconds. That's 1 round. You do that 3 times. Every morning, that's item number 5. You're going to do your breath work. So you have your journal, your visualization, you have your incantations, your affirmations, your breath work, and then your prayers. Those are the top 5 things that I want you to do every single morning that are physically, immediately going to be beginning your reality state around you. We talked about the do nots. Start removing everything from your life that is not serving you. Anything that takes you off your vibration, your energy, your optimism, your happy state needs to be removed from your life immediately. Physical locations, music, people, family, friends, anything that takes away. Maybe you walk into your car and your car pisses you off because it's a mess. Go clean it up. Maybe you walk into your room or your home and it's a mess. Clean it up. Pick those things up. You want to know one of the first things that I do when I'm in a bad mood? I do squats to get the blood flowing. The second thing that I do is I clean things up. Ask my wife. I am constantly moving things around the house because I'm not happy. When I'm over it, I'm over it. You guys have never seen this background before in any of my winter circle Zooms. It's because I got overlooking at a back wall. And then before I used to have the city view. I'm just tired of it. I just move these things so I can be happy in a happy state. That's who I want to become. Okay, we're at 10:46. I'm going to wrap it up with a couple last minute things. Your incantations, the way that you speak is important. What you see is important. What you listen to is important, and how you think is important. I want you guys to start filtering that. The most important software you'll ever have is the 6 inches in between your brain. When you control the mind, you'll start to think. When you control the mind, your thoughts are different. You'll feel different. When you feel different, you'll begin to do different. Those become your habits. And when your habits then turn into your results, and results turn into your lifestyle. It all starts up here. And with today's training, with the tools that I equipped you with today, I promise you, if you practice these habits over the next 90 days, starting next year, your entire 2024 will be different. Your body will be different. Your mood will be different. Your relationships will be different. And the most important thing, listen to this. Your finances and real estate will be different. Okay, we're going to wrap up. Any questions before we head out, team? We'll leave it up for you. Any thoughts, feedback, questions?
Do you have any podcasts that you recommend for positivity or?
I would, I don't, but I would recommend starting reading start off with have you read the book or watched the movie, The Secret?
No, not yet. I put it on my list. I'm going to watch it.
Start there first, and that's going to take you down a rabbit hole.
Do you ever recommend The Stranger's Secret by Earl Nightingale?
I've never read that one or heard it, but I've heard of Earl Nightingale, and I've listened to some of his clips. Dude's really intelligent. I love him, and I would recommend him. Yes.
The Stranger's Secret by Earl Nightingale. You guys got to listen to that. Trust me, it's the best.
Love that. Thank you, Jose. Who else?
Hey Gabe, quick question. When you guys say journal, I've never journaled before. What does that mean? What can I do for that?
I love that. Really good question. I want all of you to go on Amazon, and I want all of you to pick up one of these. This is called the 5-minute journal. Do you guys see this on your screen? Right here. This is the journal that I use every single day. It's called the 5-minute journal. Thank you, Jose. Thanks, Patricia, for asking that question. Who else? Thoughts, questions, feedback?
Gabe, I just wanted to say this was by far one of the most powerful trainings that I've been to here on the Winter Circle. Definitely needed it, and ready to go to the next level now. So appreciate that.
Dude, it means a lot, especially coming from you, Jacoby. You're a high-level dude, man. So that means a lot coming from you, brother. Thank you for the humility, and thank you for the words of encouragement, bro. Thank you.
I don't have any questions, but just feedback. I actually, whenever I switched over here, there was another training that Leo said about auditing our circle. And so I really started doing that, and I started unfollowing toxic, negative, things that I was seeing. And I've noticed a huge difference in my mindset. But also something I wanted to share was my 8-year-old hasn't really been excited about Halloween this year. And so last night we went trick-or-treating, and he was just going up to the doors, and he's like, trick or treat. And so I told him, I'm like, what's wrong with you? And so I told him, I said, you need to be more enthusiastic and happy. These people are, giving you candy and answering their door to you. And so I told him, change the way he was saying trick or treat. And so he started doing that, and he was being more energetic about it. And he actually, from that point, started having a really good time trick-or-treating and didn't want to stop. So he changed his mindset, and he had a good time.
Wow. Mom, that was amazing. Awesome work, Brianna. How to shift his language, and his language changed his reality. That is so powerful. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing.
And something else as a mom that I started doing. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You muted, Monica. You're muted, Monica.
Can you hear
Yeah, we can hear you.
me?
You're cutting out.
Never mind.
Maybe turn off your camera.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say great speech today or meeting today. And I agree with everything you say. I'm super huge on mindset and just wanted to remind everybody that you are a product of the 5 people that you hang out with. So, you know, look at the people you're hanging out with daily. Make sure that you're surrounded with powerful people because you're going to become a product of all of them. So if you're constantly surrounding yourself with, you know, just couch potatoes or people that are not doing anything with their lives, well, guess what? You're going to be the 5th one. So if you're hanging out with like-minded individuals that are just constantly growing and improving their lives, you're always going to do better and become better. And so you always, and then like you're going to hit ceilings too, right? You're going to be the smartest person in the group at some point. So you have to continue to like level up the people around you. I actually just heard this this thing yesterday, and it was saying something about you know, when you're getting to where you want to be, it's very lonely because the people that were down here where you started no longer can relate to you, and there's a disconnection because you're doing better, you're on another level, and the people that you're wanting to become don't know you yet because you're not there yet. So you're in the middle and you're lonely, and it's okay. So if you guys are feeling lonely but you guys are improving slowly, don't let that make you go back to the people that were down here. There's nothing wrong with them. You're just on your own journey, and it can get lonely sometimes, but you guys have to, you know, reach out to the next person that you want to be like. So there's this moment in time where I go through it, sometimes my husband as well, on our, you know, on our paths to where we want to be. You're going to disconnect with a lot of people, so you might go through that. And if you're not, you want to go through that. Try to realize when you're going through that, if you're feeling lonely, it might be because you're doing, you know, extraordinary things. So just wanted to throw that in.
Wow. Thank you, Monica. So wise. And I can just tell by the way that you live. One of the important things, here's one of the last things I want to tell you all, is judge a tree by its fruits. Judge someone's life by their results. Judge a tree by its fruits. When the tree is healthy, the fruits are healthy and bountiful. So I look at Monica's life and she has plenty of fruit. Someone I want to have in my circle. Thank you, Monica. Jacoby, back to you, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just thought of this, thought I would share it about as you speak, so shall you create, you know. Rex Crane actually speaks a lot about that and it's very, very powerful. But kind of a personal story of mine recently is I'm kind of like planning something and I needed 4 high-level people for it. And I literally had like 30 days to plan it. Actually, I'm still planning it and I've never done it before, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have this person, this person, this person. Literally that week, I confirmed all of the people that I said I was going to have for this thing. And right now I'm confirming the last one. And this person has over 2 million followers across all social media platforms. And we're actually in talks right now negotiating how to make it happen. And it's in a place I've never been before.
Come on, bro. The power of belief. Congratulations on that, man.
Gabe,
thank you for sharing the testimony. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say, like, on here, if anyone's ever like in need of positivity, like don't hesitate to reach out to the team. I know sometimes you can't wake up in a good mood every day, right? So everyone on here that I've talked to, super positive. So if ever you need that little positivity, don't be afraid to like reach out to each other. That's what we're here for. Everyone in the winner circle is positive. So definitely, you know, if you need that little positivity for the day, reach out to someone and have a talk and have a conversation and get that boost.
You got to get in that circle, man. I love that. Does anyone want to share their takeaways from today?
Hey, Gabe, I just one last thing. I just wanted to acknowledge you specifically for your leadership, for your contribution, for everything, all the energy that you put into this training. It was so powerful. So it's so awesome to see you grow and expand and deliver so much value, man. So I just wanted to thank you for this training. And I know that everybody, I think thinks the same thing. This was extremely powerful. So make sure you guys give them a huge shout out on social. Let them know your takeaways, and let's keep growing, team. Let's keep growing, team. Let's go.
Thank you, brother. Love you, man. Thank you for that, dude.
You
Appreciate
too, bro.
that. Okay. Anyone want to share their last takeaways before we wrap up? Give you guys an opportunity to share your takeaways. One or two. Yeah.
I want to tell you guys, right? All the time, I feel like the devil is always blinding us. But if you look at your life right now and you're in a bad moment, just think about a year ago and what you asked God for in your life. And you'll look back today and you'll see that thing right in front of you. But the depression or the sadness is always going to be in the way, because the devil is always trying to blind you from you seeing your blessings. A year ago, all I wanted was to meet a millionaire to change my life. I've always wanted to do that. This year, I've met more millionaires, more people that are successful than I've ever been, I've ever met in my life. And I'm so grateful for that because, I connected with Gabe. He's kind of like my best friend now, my business partner, and we're going to grow something so big. And I'm just so super excited. So just remember, sometimes just look at where you were a year ago, what you asked God for, and look at your life right now. Is it there already, but you're so blinded by all the things that are going on around you? Maybe you are. Just think about that for a second if you're ever feeling sad. Thank you, Gabe.
Let's go.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
And,
huge shout out to Elliot Sky. We got a champion in the house. Come on, let's go. Come on now.
All right, team. It was a pleasure talking with all you guys today. Thank you for sharing all your takeaways and all that. I promise you, you go back and watch this multiple times, you implement what we taught you today, your world will be completely different the next 60 days. 2024 will be different because you created it that way and the way God intended it to be. So with that said, you guys have a wonderful, productive day. We'll see you guys on the next call. God bless. Peace out.
Bye.
Thanks, Gabe.
Thank you, guys.